Kia ora. This is Kia ora Oz. Welcome to the channel. I'm Darren, and this is the continuation of a lap that my late wife Selena and I started in June of 2023. After her passing, I decided to continue the journey solo, safe in the knowledge that she will always be a part of my journey. Follow along and find out what it's like to travel this vast continent solo. Ka kite. Kia ora Oz, kia ora whānau. So that's the end of Mundi Beach in Darwin, and we've started our way south on the Explorer's Way. So plan is over between now and the 14th of August to head south down to Broken Hill. And then out to Mundi Mundi for the Mundi Mundi Bash. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing the next couple of weeks. So this first part of the Explorer's Way, we will head today to Bitter Springs. We're actually in a little free camp just north of Catherine in Edith. Beautiful little spot amongst all a whole heap of kapok trees. But yeah, so we'll head down to Bitter Springs today and do the whole Bitter Springs Mataranka swim, and then we head further south. We're doing places like Alice Springs, Kings Canyon, Uluru, with some free camps in between some of these places, and then down to Cooper Pedy, and then south into South Australia and down into Broken Hill. Okay. Sam's fun fact: kapok. I think I've done something on kapok before, but anyway, kapok. The buds or the fruit or whatever you want to call them on there is filled with a fibrous material. It was used for stuffing mattresses, or was used for stuffing mattresses. I don't think they use much of it now for that. Also, it's got a very good buoyancy quality and was used for life jackets back in the day before synthetics took over. So yeah, that's the kapok. But one of the most interesting things is that natives in the Amazon jungle used kapok to wrap around their darts to create a good seal in their blowpipes for their blowpipe darts. There you go. Okay, so we're cleaning up and getting out on the road for the day. So second stop on our way south on the Explorer Way. We've come to Mataranka. And Bitter Springs, we camped at Bitter Springs. Go for a swim. It's a house from We of the Never Never. Second Springs for the day, heading down to Bitter Springs. We're actually camped just not far from here if you could walk. But seeing as we're in the cars already, we go. So yesterday we came into Bitter Springs and lined up to get a spot. So when you camp in the Bitter Springs campground, you can't book. So you just get in a line and you go and book in, and then you wait in the line till a guy comes along with a little four-wheeler and leads you to a site. So yeah, it's a fairly efficient process. So anyway, we unhooked yesterday just so that we could go and fill up, and then we went to the Mataranka thermal pool, which is basically just a couple of pools, hot pools, and then had a soak there, and then we came down to Bitter Springs near our campground, and you float down the river there. So we did that. It was very relaxing. Came home, had dinner, and a fairly early night. Today we're on the road again, and we're heading to Newcastle Waters South, just a free camp outside of Newcastle Waters. And then I think the next day we're into the Devil's Marbles. Alright, so Sam's fun fact: where does the water come from? The spring is associated with a massive limestone formation that extends north of Katherine and to the Queensland border. Although outcrops of the rock can be seen along the highway between Mataranka and north of Katherine, most of the limestone is below ground. Wet season rainfall absorbed into the porous limestone is heated by the earth to a warm 34 degrees Celsius before being released as crystal clear spring water. And it is crystal clear, really clear water. Beautiful. Okay, so clean up, hook up, get on the road. The infamous Larrimah Hotel, last stop Larrimah. It's for sale. Any of you out there want to buy the Larrimah Hotel?
Nothing to buy.
Comes with a caravan park. And that's us for the day. That's enough driving today. Morena. So yesterday we did another 300 odd clicks south and pulled into a little place, or an off-grid camp rather, it's not so little, an off-grid camp site just south of Newcastle Waters. It's called Newcastle Waters South on WikiCamp, so there you go. And of course on the way through we stopped off at Larrimah, couldn't find Paddy. Had a poke around the pub there, bought a couple of stickers, and then down to here at Newcastle Waters. Tomorrow we're going to head, today we're going to head to the Marbles, Devil's Marbles. Probably stay behind the Devil's Marbles Hotel, hopefully. That's about another 4 hours south. Temperature is holding at the moment, a little bit chilly in the evenings, but the temperature during the day is not getting cold yet. I'm guessing that'll be Alice Springs. Anyway, Sam's fun facts. So most people stop in Larrimah because of the documentary Last Stop Larrimah. But in fact, there's quite a bit to see in Larrimah, and it was a very important staging spot during the Second World War for the Allies and Australian military. There's rail yards there that were used during the war. There's a bulk issue petrol and oil depot and siding, which was used to refuel convoys heading north to resupply the military in Catherine and Darwin. There's a 45 Australian camp hospital. Military hospital was located in Larrimah during the war. A repeater station was built in 1942 to introduce voice-to-voice communications for the military. And Gorey Airfield and Number 9 Stores Depot was located in Larrimah, and was a major servicing base for Allied aircraft, and a huge supply base complex for the RAAF. So there you go. Larrimah was quite an important stop during the Second World War. Not so much now. Okay. We don't need to hook up because we're already hooked up, and we're going to make our way south again. So we stopped at the Devil's Marbles. That's where we are. We're into fly country now, and it's a bit cool. It's only 22 degrees.
Take the undies off to keep the flies off the face.
Now these are the Devil's Marbles. I camped here last time, but you can't camp here with dogs, so we're just going to have a walk around, and then we're going to go a little further south to the Devil Marbles Hotel. Yesterday we rolled into the Devil's Marbles, had a look around the Devil's Marbles. We didn't camp there because you can't camp there with dogs, and then we rolled in just down the road to the Devil's Marbles Hotel, and we camped in the back of the hotel. Not the best campsite we've ever been in, but anyway, we're here. Had a pub feed last night. The feed was good. Beer was cold. I guess that's the main thing. So we're going to be out fairly early this morning and on the road again, heading to Alice Springs. So we've got 2 nights in Alice Springs. So yeah, that should be good. Settle down for a couple of nights. Sam's fun facts. The Devil's Marbles are of great cultural and spiritual significance to the Aboriginal traditional owners of the land, and the reserve protects one of the oldest religious sites in the world, as well as the natural rock formations found there. Kalu Kalu is the local Aboriginal term for both the rock features and the surrounding area. The Aboriginal term translates as round boulders, go figure, and refers to the large boulders mainly found on the western side of the reserve. The English name for the boulders derives from a quote by John Ross during an 1870 Australian overland telegraph line expedition where he said, "This is the devil's country." So he's even emptied his bag of marbles around the place. There you go. But one of the oldest religious sites, which is interesting. Alright, so we're going to pack up and get on the road. I rolled into Alice Springs yesterday, about 4 hours on the road I guess, and yeah, into the Discovery Park here at Alice Springs, which is a really cool park, big park, and very secure, so that's the main thing. And then yeah, we headed off to the brewery, Alice Springs Brewery, which we walked to. It's just over the road from the park. For a few beers and a dinner. Caught up with Kylie Bisson from ex-Campbelltown, now lives in Alice. So it was a good night. Today we're going to go and have a look around the McDonnell Ranges, have a quick drive out to there, and then tomorrow we're out again to Kings Creek. Sam's fun fact, World War II brought significant changes to Alice Springs. Prior to the war, Alice Springs was an isolated settlement of fewer than 500 people. During the war, however, the town was an extremely active staging base known as Number 9 Australian Staging Camp and Depot Base for the long 4-day trip to Darwin. The railway hub in Alice Springs was taken over by military operations, and a number of soldiers posted in Alice Springs grew rapidly, as did the number of personnel passing through on their way to and from Darwin. When Darwin was threatened by Japanese forces, the sea routes, the Northern Territory capital's primary means of transportation and supply, were cut off, so it all came through Alice. Alright, so clean up and head out for the day. The old telegraph station, or Alice Springs Telegraph Station. This is where Alice Springs gets its name from. This is where the actual spring called Alice Springs is. So this place is called Ellery Big Hole, one of the gorges in the West McDonnell Ranges. I think the next time I travel up this way, I'm going to spend a week in the gorge, in the McDonnell Ranges. There's lots of little camping sites. You can camp here. So yeah. And we've come for a look at Ormiston Gorge. Our next stop. Okay, so we're out of Alice today and heading to Kings Creek Station near the Kings Canyon. Yesterday we went out and had a look around the McDonald Ranges, went to a couple of the gorges, Ormiston and Ellery Creek Big Hole, and had a look around there, which was pretty cool. And then yeah, we came back, had an early-ish night. Sorry, Nick, thought you were robbed with the lions last night. Yeah, so that was all good. But yeah, like today we're heading towards Kings Canyon, so heading further south. It's bloody cold. It's 3 degrees out there this morning. Right, so lovely area, beautiful landscape, all that sort of stuff, but I'm not liking the cold. I think got up to 18 was the high yesterday. Sam's fun fact, so between 340 and 310 million years ago, a complex sequence of events occurred which shaped the land around the McDonald Ranges. Massive earth movements pushed up a mountain chain 10,000 meters high. So the McDonald Ranges were actually as high as the Himalayas, and there's evidence all around the McDonald Ranges of this great mountain building episode. Massive earth movements folded the rock layers and caused great slabs of country to slide up and over another. Faults, cracks and other zones and weaknesses were created as layers were rearranged. In the last 300 million years, the powerful forces of water and wind have eroded and shaped the contorted rock layers to produce the McDonald Ranges landscape you see today. The McDonald Ranges remain a spectacular desert mountain chain, but one that is only a shadow of its former self. There you go. High as the Himalayas. Okay, so yep, clean up, hook up, get on the road. Right, Alice Springs done. So I'm going to end the video here. The next video will be the Red Centre, so Kings Canyon and Uluru, basically, and maybe one other camp after Uluru. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, second time in Alice Springs. Plenty to do here if you're heading this way. There's lots to do in Alice Springs, especially if you're going to tour around the McDonald Ranges. I think next time I'll aim to camp in the McDonald Ranges. So yeah, so that's the end of this video. See you on the next one. Ka kite.